Okay, so actually, I'm at a place of indecision once again. Once again, it's occupying so much of my mind. I have to actually take a step back and be maybe grateful that I have pretty good and open options. It's and this is what I realized. I have to maybe I need to simmer down my wanderlust a little bit, even though I think innately my wanderlust is just like a part of me and who I am. I think it does come from a place of, well, I was going to say privilege, and that yes, I'm privileged to some degree, but yeah, like, I don't know, in my early 20s, I was kind of working a lot and making money, and then I didn't have, I guess I did have some rich experiences in like some degree, but I had a lot of just kind of like numbing stuff. But anyway, I was saying to simmer down my wanderlust so that I can be rooted and I have a structure that, other people depend on me for something. No one's really depending on me for anything right now, and that's kind of, I don't know, it might not be good, actually, for my state of being, as it were. Anyway, so that's why I say simmer down my wanderlust, and the way to do that is to dedicate myself to either a project, which, to be honest, I've been saying that for years. I'm going to dedicate myself to a project, and then just do it and follow through, and it's been really hard because if I'm working alone on something, I don't think it lines up with my values. One of my values is collaboration. So, yeah, so if I'm working on a solo project, it doesn't spark my higher value over that, which is, like, I value creativity, but I think I value collaboration more than creativity. So, and it's coupled with it. So it's like, I want to be creative with others, alongside others. So I want to be creative alongside others. I want to help others with their creative projects, more so than do my own. Because, I don't know, perhaps there's just too much solitude to, maybe that's what it is, maybe I have to be in solitude, but to work on these things. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I know that's the answer. I just gotta, I'm here visiting a city, it's cold, and I'm living with a friend of a friend. He's my friend as well, and anyway, he's an interesting character, but you know what, actually, I'm not gonna analyze him for it, but he's keeping to a structure, because he doesn't have a job, he's basically on welfare, and he's keeping to a structure that improves himself, and he's quite regimented about it. But I guess, and this is my own values and stuff, he's like on like a bazillion types of pills. He takes sleeping pills, he takes basically like ADHD pills during the day, he does loads of ketamine. Sorry. And like the ADHD pills help him like with his regimentedness, and like that structure is good, like if it's working for him, and it would actually work for me too, because I'm fairly sure, like 90%, 99% sure I have ADHD as well, and I could greatly benefit from those types of pills, for sure. But anyway, I don't have quite the, I'm trying to, as the meme goes, to raw dog life without meds as an ADHD person, and it's kind of brutal. But anyway, I might backtrack and what was this all about? Oh yeah, simmer down my wanderlust. It's hard to self-motivate. It's just hard, and I consume more energy trying to just attempting to self-motivate than actually using the energy to creative purposes. So I think it makes more sense for me to align with other people's creative visions, but I also need to work in like the same physical space as someone. Like if someone, and I've had this happen where people want me to illustrate, because I've worked as a designer and stuff, and people wanted me to illustrate their work, their project, and I even think it's a good project, but it's like, oh yeah, I have the story, can you illustrate it? It'd be great, it'd be so fun for you to be illustrated for my story. And many years ago, I was like, yeah, sure, and it never worked out because, well, mainly because I didn't want to sit alone in a room drawing art. Like, I can't do that for myself, so it was just, I can't do it really for others either, because I just feel guilty if I don't do a good job. So, but if we're like hanging out in the same room, it works pretty well, actually. Let's see if I can cross here. It works well because recently I was staying with a friend before I came to the city, and every night I would go to her place and we would work on a comic book together, and it was great. It was honestly, I kind of wish I didn't have the itch to leave, because this was like in a very isolated place on a farm, and it's very, like, again, there's good people there, but there's things I want to do that are just not accessible, and I don't know, like, I have certain interests that, like, they could be happening in the community there, but they just don't, because of the lack of people and the lack of interest from people within that area. So it's hard. But what did I want to say? Oh, I'm losing my train of thought again. Anyway, it was fun collaborating with her. And it was actually like, yeah, when I go to her house, it was like a fun activity we could do together and brainstorm her comic book idea. Like, I really liked her idea. And I've known about her idea for a while, but it's one of those things, I can't do it alone in a room. But it was there. I was excited to work on it and stuff like that. And another thing is, all the drawings and stuff I do for the comic book, I would leave there at her house. So like, it'd be like done. I'm like, when I'm away from that space, I'm away from that space. So that's another thing. Yeah. I'm just at a crosswalk and thinking. Right, so if I simmer down my wanderlust, I get to be in one spot for a longer time. I could potentially start creative projects and find people that are interested in creative projects that, these things take time. So me having my wanderlust of like wanting to roam around all the time, it's a total distraction. It's a huge distraction. So yeah, I need to just find a full-time job somewhere. I hate full-time jobs. That's the problem. If I can find a part-time job, and yeah, if I could just find a part-time job, that it could I can live comfortably and save money, that'd be great. But I don't know. There's also, I don't know. There's a lot of like fear-mongering YouTube videos and stuff like that saying like that, like things are really unaffordable, and I do think things are really unaffordable. I don't know how true it is. Like, I don't know. There's all these graphs and stuff like that, so it's probably true. So that's probably a whole other factor. That's not even my fault. So I have to also be a little bit gracious to myself, and realizing, oh, this isn't like really my fault that all this bullshit is happening with society. Yeah, because I'd be thrilled with like working 3 days a week, just enough to cover like, I actually don't even mind if I have like a hole in the wall apartment, as long as I have creative people in the neighborhood, in the community that I can go out and see and hang out with and do some collaborations. When I was living with my parents in the other city, I stayed there for the fall, and it was pretty great in the sense of like but it took time. It was like 3 months in, and I started to find places that I could like potentially go and DJ at, and I found a community event space where I could host some of my ideas for like dance and music combinations, and but it all came really like, it took time to like unveil that community of people, and then once it was unveiled, it was already time for me to go, because I had a job that it kept me afloat. And living at my parents, I did live rent free, so that was good. It did fuck with my brain in terms of my dynamic with mainly my mother. But anyway, I think I've already made a video about that, or a recording about it. I guess I'm making videos because I'm just posting these with an image on YouTube, so I guess they're videos, but they're not really. Okay, so yeah, so yeah, but I don't know. I haven't looked, so maybe I need to look harder. Yeah, I would be pretty happy staying in the city for a long period of time. I just don't know if this particular country is the place to stay. I guess I live in Canada, so that's why. Yeah, but I don't know. There's a lot of like alt-right people. I don't know if it's alt-right people, but like more like conspiracy type people saying that this country's going to shit and all that stuff. And it very well might be. I'm so like, I sometimes listen to what they have to say, and I'm like, oh yeah, that does sound like we're all going to shit. So, but I don't know in the world what's not going to shit. I think it's like a global phenomenon at this point. Everything's going to shit. So, who knows? Yeah. What else? Yeah. Okay, yeah. So simmer down my wanderlust. But anyway, is simmering down my wanderlust? I think it's a good thing. I think I need to simmer down my wanderlust, and just find a place to stay like 2 years, and just work on something. But where? I think that's the big question: as to where do I want to do this? I don't know. Is it going to be the city I grew up in? Is it going to be Iceland? Iceland would be pretty cool. I keep thinking Iceland would be pretty sick. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe Iceland. Fuck. Maybe Iceland. Yeah. Okay. Actually, this whole video stemmed from indecisiveness. Right, and that's why I wanted to simmer down my wanderlust, because of the nature of being kind of roaming, and in a way, my fate is kind of in my hands. It's really weird. I'm not locked into anything, but that might not be true, because I think this state of wanderlust actually can be a little bit destructive to me. And actually, go this way. Yeah, it can be a bit destructive to me. Okay, wait. I want to backpedal. Yeah, the state of wanderlust. Yeah, I have the fate in my hands. Anyway, I'm at this city right now, and I can either go further away from my hometown, because I'm thinking to travel south for a little bit. I'm currently also unemployed right now, so I've got time and a little bit of savings, so may as well use it, especially if I am gearing up or gearing down, or I don't know what to simmer down. then may as well go full wanderlust and go South America a little bit. I don't know, it seems all pretty silly to me. I don't know what I was saying. Yeah, right. So, okay, back to indecision. 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 Yeah, that's my solution, is to create structure and be very intense about the structure. Like, to just be structured. But yeah, that's where it stemmed from, because I need to just find a job that a boss is paying me or something, because I don't have to. And that's also a narrative. That's like a narrative I'm repeating to myself, which creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. I could find a way, if I aligned all my values correctly, to work by myself. But it would have to be like a bunch of like mental gymnastics. Like, say I was working on a project alone, I'd have to convince myself that working on this project alone can actually better help me collaborate with other people, which is true. Like, for example, I like music and I like jamming with people. I can't quite melodically jam with people because I don't know what keys they're in, because I'm not that well trained. Like, oh, are they in the key of C? Oh, what chord progressions are they playing? I can't do that by ear. Really, like, the really skilled musicians can do that. But I have good rhythm, so I'm able to jam rhythmically with people. I can play percussive instruments quite decently. I wouldn't say I'm not a performer level, but I can hold down a rhythm pretty well, pretty confidently. So, but the thing is that I don't know, I'm trying to think now. I actually never really practiced rhythm by myself too much. I just went to a ton of drum circles, like all the time I'll go to drum circles. And that just built up, which again, that's just the case. I have to be around people. Yeah. Maybe I have to create art jams. Oh my gosh, I have to create art jams. You just come and make art. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm at the place. Oh wait, I didn't solve any of my problems. I just solved the issue of not making a lot of visual art these days, which, whatever, it's fine, but I'm here. Enough talking for me.